Welcome to Monday. It's the 14th day of July 2025. This Day with the podcast brought to you by the Advocate Injury Attorneys. If you've been injured in an accident, don't face it alone. Get an experienced local Wyoming attorney on your side. Free consultations at wyomingadvocates.com or call 307-800-1952. You deserve an advocate. Well, as we head on into a new week, we're going to see a little bit of everything. Very warm temperatures to start the week in the central and southern areas. We saw those temperatures really rebound yesterday, but we've got that cold front we've been talking about that's coming in from the north. So we're going to have some weather. Warm temperatures and thunderstorms south of the front. As the front works its way out of Canada, temperatures will really fall along the Rocky Mountain front of Montana, with cold air spreading across Saskatchewan and Alberta, into Manitoba, North and South Dakota, northern Wyoming, then eventually further south as we get into tomorrow and especially Tuesday night into Wednesday and Thursday. We're going to have severe weather with this cold front along the frontal boundary. Hail is usually a situation that we get with these cold fronts, as many folks experienced on Friday, and that'll be something that we're going to have to keep an eye on with this frontal system this week. Then after the front works its way out of the region, we have a little plume of monsoonal moisture, not a big one, but a little one, that'll be coming up out of the southwestern United States and circulating through later this week and through the upcoming weekend. You saw some beautiful shots there, some wildflowers in the Wind River Mountains, beautiful shot of the Wyoming Indian paintbrush in the snowy range. Boy, this time of year, those high country wildflowers are amazing. Now let's rewind and go back to Friday when we had that cold front, the first cold front. You can see along that frontal boundary, we saw showers and thunderstorms really wanting to come together. And boy, did it really get severe in some areas. Not so much with tornadoes, but with a lot of very heavy rain, strong winds, and unfortunately, for some of you, especially in southeastern Wyoming, well, quite a bit of hail. As you can see here on another great Jan Curtis time lapse. Looks like a blizzard, doesn't it? With the heavy rain and hail, you could really hear the rain and the hail coming down there. As you'll see here from another shot, you can see the structure to the thunderstorm and the squall line that formed with it, with the heavy rain shaft coming right on through along with that hail as well. Looked like a snowstorm for many, then a second thunderstorm coming through behind it, producing significant rain and also a lot of hail, a lot of very sad gardeners and plants, some dented cars, some broken weather stations. Then we had it all clear out, then had some beautiful sunsets over the past several days across the region, from Leadville up to Platte County, Wyoming, dueling sunset shots there out of Leadville, Colorado. Another shot there out of the Laramie Valley area, then a beautiful shot of a thunderhead near Aspen and Newcastle, Colorado this past weekend. The moose were out as well. Boy, I tell you, I don't know about the bull moose, but they seem to have really showed themselves this weekend. There's one out of Grand County, Colorado. Another big guy out of the Snowy Range. Yeah, he was rather significant. Got to be careful not to let the dog out. Always check before setting Fido out. You never know what's going to be in your backyard. Moon, a lot of you probably saw the moon this weekend as well, really coming on out. Beautiful sunset there in the Gillette, Wyoming area. And the thunderstorms that did develop behind that cold front continued over the weekend down there into southern areas of Colorado. And nice cloud buildup, nice rainbow there in Wind River Country, Wyoming over the past weekend. Satellite photos this morning. It doesn't look like much, but here's the weather up in Canada forming along that frontal boundary. And if we take a look at the water vapor, we can see there's a pretty good tap of subtropical moisture curling up ahead of the cold front up here. So we've got subtropical air coming back after it got suppressed behind. You can see that this is behind that cold front on Friday, the drier air with it. But now we get that return flow behind the front that you always get. And it's going to be an active day of showers and thunderstorms. And notice we even have some thunderstorms in Colorado's western slope. Good chunk of subtropical moisture into southern Arizona. Maybe western New Mexico could finally pick up some rain today. This frontal boundary up here, as it moves south, will draw subtropical moisture out ahead of it. And that's going to lead to possibly some strong thunderstorms, especially in the darker shaded green areas. Tomorrow and Wednesday, we need to be ready for some heavy thunderstorm activity as the front works its way south. So here it is by noon today. We've got the tail. We always show you these tails in the cold season. When we get these big lows up in central Canada, it's the tail back here where the colder air on the ground tends to be. And we've got the high building in from the Pacific, causing the jet stream to take a dip. And there you can see the temperature anomaly by 3 p.m. Mountain Time this afternoon. Well, you can really see where the front is, can't you? The colder air up here, the warmer air being brought out ahead of it. So it'll be pretty warm ahead of this front. But by Wednesday, by noon Mountain Time Wednesday, we have the trough settling in. What it looks like is that there won't be a deep penetration south of the really cool air. It's going to be more towards the northern Rockies and the northern plains, but it will still be very cool nonetheless. By 3 p.m. tomorrow Mountain Time, very cool relative to average along the Rocky Mountain front of Montana, spreading into the Dakotas, a large part of Canada here. You can see it's still warm out ahead of it. This coolness that you see here is from clouds and shower and thunderstorm activity across the south. Then as we get into Wednesday, you can see the cooler air is really wanting to be up north. It is getting down into the Palmer Divide of Colorado by Wednesday afternoon, and temperatures will fall. Then by Thursday, the colder air gets further south and spreads out across the plains. A very impressive July cold front. So tomorrow, along the frontal boundary, as it heads south, we're going to have some showers and thunderstorms. You can see they're both sides of the divide here as the subtropical moisture is coming up. Then there's going to be activity along the front as it heads south, and expect this to expand. The yellow area and the green area will probably come back into here. This yellow area will probably extend back out into here based on experience with what these frontal systems will do. So it looks like we need to watch out for severe weather, especially hail, strong wind gusts and heavy rain in those yellow and green areas tomorrow. Then on Wednesday, the front, you can see there's less thunderstorm activity back here because of the cooler, drier air behind the front, but there's a lot of subtropical moisture here along the boundary, so it's going to be active. And again, another area of enhanced green here. This will probably end up getting expanded like this. Probably going to have some yellow back here as well. So Tuesday and Wednesday, be ready for strong thunderstorms in those areas. Going to see a good rain for Alberta, far southern Saskatchewan. Look at Montana here. Eastern Montana, western North Dakota could just really use some rain right here. They're going to get it. There could be well over an inch of rain in many areas of Montana. Just first thunderstorms and just a steady, cold July rain up there. And then you can see the scattered showers and thunderstorms further south. By the time we get into the weekend, the front has worked its way through, and then we start to build the high in the south central and southeastern United States. So look at the wind barbs. So you can see we're starting to see that flow coming back up. So there'll be a resurgence of the subtropical moisture coming back up by Friday and into the weekend. And if we loop the precipitable water starting tomorrow and take it through Sunday, you can see the moisture along the frontal boundary. The dry air comes in behind it. Then watch here. You can see it comes on in. So as we get into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, thunderstorm chances are going to increase across the central and southern Rockies. So a lot going on really for the middle of July. Have yourself a good Monday. We'll see you tomorrow.